Kids are off at school. It's time to talk about Tequila and Candy Drops. That is book 6 in my Blueberry Spring series. The question from a reader is, how did you come up with the idea for Nicola and Todd in Tequila and Candy Drops? Well, Nicola and Todd are characters that I actually stole from myself. Way back when my daughter was about 3 years old and I was working as a high school librarian at the time, I just had this brainwave one day. I was like, I want to write a novel. So I sat down and started writing, and I had absolutely no idea how long a novel should even be. I thought it was like about 20,000 words. Yeah, novels are like in the 60 to 80,000 word range. So when I got to 20,000 words, I was like, wow, I still have a whole lot more story to say here. Like for Nicola and Todd, like they haven't even had their happily ever after yet. So anyway, I learned a lot writing that novel, which I had named Critical Point of Balance at the time. A horrible title. I think Tequila and Candy Drops, much better. Anyway, I basically scrapped everything that happened to Nicola and Todd from the first book and just took those two characters who had traveled the world and were absolute best friends. They knew everything about each other and kind of accidentally fell in love. The hardest part was figuring out, well, navigating, how do you navigate from being best friends who've traveled the world to suddenly wanting to be lovers, wanting to see your friend in his skivvies? So how do you get from, hey, you're my buddy, my pal, to, let's live happily ever after together? So that's where Tequila and Candy Drops came from. Thanksgiving, oh geez, I don't know, 2 years ago, I was sitting in a marina trying to brainstorm ideas for some short stories that I had agreed to write for part of a box set. And I immediately had an idea for Amber and Todd. They're the characters from Vodka and Chocolate Drops, which is a book that comes before Tequila and Candy Drops. And I was like, well, I need a couple more short stories. I'll put them all together in a bundle for subscribers from my newsletter. It'd be a little sweet treat for them. And you might notice here, Sweet Treat. That's the name of the box set, Sweet Treats. And so it's got 3 short stories in it. And I borrowed Nicola and Todd. And I had tons of readers email me saying, after this, reading that short story, Nicola and Todd need happily ever after. Do it! So I finally did. They have their own novel now, and they get to live happily ever after, as they should. Thanks for reading. It's really early in the morning. This is hard.